Welcome to Bulldog News Now. I'm Kendall Jackson. Here's what you need to know. One of the major concerns at the beginning of the fall semester was not enough on-campus housing. Well, in a few years, housing issues could be a thing of the past. That's thanks to the building of a new 500-bed residence hall complex. The university is using federal bonds to finance the $50 million project. The nearly 90 square foot complex will include a fitness room, computer lab, study arena, and a refreshment area. It will be located at the corners of Buckley and Naylor Streets. Construction is expected to start next semester with an opening date of fall 2027. President Alexander Conyers calls the new project a vibrant student-centered environment that supports both living and learning. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Earlier this month, the South Carolina State held an event on campus to recognize the victims and survivors of breast cancer. South Carolina State University students and faculty all came together at Smith Hammond Memorial Student Center to walk for breast cancer awareness. An awareness discussion followed with guest speakers Lauren Robinson and Tina Barnes dealing their experiences with breast cancer.
So I kept my daily usual. I would wake up in the morning, I would go to PT, I would go to class, I would come home and I would tend to my son, and the next day I would go to chemotherapy.
I just give God glory for going through the journey with me.
During my discussion I had with Ms. Lauren Robinson, she explained what brought her to South Carolina State University to discuss breast cancer and how she wanted to speak out on a serious topic and raise awareness to all. Followed by my discussion with Ms. Robinson, I also spoke to Ms. Tina Barnes, who discussed how she also wanted to raise awareness. Robinson and Barnes took questions from the audience in the Bulldog Lounge and shared what it was like discussing their breast cancer with people and knowing the signs.
For the RCC program, like I said, I competed with them. I didn't let them know that I was sick. But for the most part, for my relationships with my teachers, they were understanding.
In the end, the event was a way for the Bulldog community to unite for a common cause, fighting against breast cancer. We continue our breast cancer awareness coverage with a personal story of a survivor. BNN's Samuel Mitchell takes a closer look at how early detection saved the life of one woman.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, a time to shine a light on the importance of early detection, treatment, and support for those affected by this disease. We had the opportunity to hear from Lisa Parks, a breast cancer survivor.
Breast cancer survivor myself, I was completely blindsided when I was diagnosed. My mother did not have any siblings, and cancer did not run in my family. So I started getting my mammograms at the age of 40 under, my doctor said, okay, at least you're 40, start getting your mammograms. Okay, fine. So in 2013, I had a surgery that I was recovering from. So that 1 year, I missed my mammogram. Went back into 2014, lo and behold, I had breast cancer. So I was confused, started asking why. I didn't understand it. But after you get over the why and the, how did this happen? It's like, okay, what do we do now? So I began my journey with breast cancer. I had stage 2, so I actually went through chemo and radiation because I had cancer cells in my lymph nodes.
Breast cancer remains the most common cancer among women and men worldwide, but with early diagnostics and advance in treatments, survival rates continue to improve.
Just a few facts. Each year, over 2 million women are diagnosed globally with breast cancer. And about 300,000 are expected to be diagnosed in 2025. So they say that if you do not have a history of breast cancer in your family, then you can start getting your screenings at the age of 40. If you do have a history of breast cancer in your family, they recommend that you start getting your screenings at 30.
That acknowledging and early action can make all the difference. For more information or screening programs and support resources, contact the Lexington Medical Center in Columbia, South Carolina. I am Samuel Mitchell reporting for BNN News.
The White House in D.C., as we have grown to recognize, is looking a lot different now. This comes after the current administration decided to take down the whole east wing of the White House to make room for a new 90,000 square foot ballroom. Originally, President Trump said the east wing wouldn't be touched. This part of the complex contains staff offices and housed the First Lady's office. Critics, both Republicans and Democrats, have raised concerns about the administration not going through the correct process to demolish such an historic part of the American government. Even the National Trust for Historic Preservation was unaware of the plan to get rid of the whole wing and suggests the new ballroom would overpower the rest of the White House property. The president said the cost of the project, around $300 million, will be paid by himself and private donors. The administration is telling everyone to trust the process.
Trust the process. This is going to be a magnificent addition to the White House for many years to come, and it's not costing the taxpayers anything. The president is privately funding this ballroom addition to the White House grounds.
It was a good mix of Bulldog talent and Shakespeare at this year's Bull Shake event. Students and faculty brought the words of Shakespeare alive through a stage reading. It was a collaboration of students of all kinds, drama students, English majors, and any majors. This year's production was Much Ado About Nothing. Take a listen.
Few to wash her clean again, and salt too little, which may season give to her foul, tainted flesh.
Sir, be patient. For part, I'm so tired and wonder. I know not what to say.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is alive.
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
Well, no, truly not. But although until last night, I had this 12th month been her bedfellow.
Confirmed. Oh, that is stronger, made which was before barred up with ribs of iron.
Today I portrayed the role of Leonato, which is the governor of Messina. We were going over this play in class, and I seen the kind of authority that Leonato had. I seen how much of high rank he had, and I thought I could play this part very well based off anybody else that was in my class, and I enjoyed it.
Well, when I was in graduate school, I got a little bit into acting through a similar sort of organization that did staged readings of Shakespeare plays. They were usually cut down and meant for everyone, really. You didn't have to be the professional actors. They didn't have long rehearsals. It was more just a way for people to kind of throw something together and help learn about Shakespeare without the time commitment, I guess, that usually happens with main stage shows. So I decided I wanted to put together something similar here at SC State. And so last year we did our first one. This is our second annual one. Last year we did a tragedy. This year we're doing a comedy. And it's just a chance to have a collaboration between theater people and English people where we get to do a little impromptu half-staged version of Shakespeare. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I think a lot of our actors put in a lot of work, and I think did a great job with bringing characters to life. And there was, there were always a few rough edges and things like that. But I was very proud of how a lot of people played their roles, and I think by the end, the show was fun. It was a good time, and it's always nice to have a good turnout. It was a pretty solid group of people who showed up.
This year's Mr. Homecoming is DeAndre Brown. Of course, you remember DeAndre from Bulldog News Now or around campus as he captured moments with his camera. BNN's Sean Travis Holden talked with him to find out what does being SC State's 2025 Homecoming King mean to him.
For South Carolina State University, Mr. Homecoming, DeAndre Brown, the title represents more than just a crown and a sash. It's about pride, leadership, and leaving a mark on the Bulldog community.
Hesitate at first, but after talking to my family and my friends, I got a lot of encouragement to do it. And I feel like what it meant to me, it just meant me leaving my mark somewhat at State. It felt like, in a way, I was finally being seen by everybody. Because most of the things I do on campus, like photography and things like that, I'm really behind the scenes, and not many people really like see what actually goes on and actually know like that they may be seeing my work. So hearing my name being called and just being on the field, it just felt like I was finally being seen in a way.
For someone who's usually behind the camera, this moment puts DeAndre in front of it. A full circle experience for someone who's passionate about capturing campus life. It's not the first time he held this honor. DeAndre, who was also named Mr. Homecoming back in high school, making his recognition at his HBCU even more meaningful.
I feel like it's a very rewarding thing looking back on it and seeing something that I accomplished in high school and now to see a full circle moment with me doing it in college as well. It just feels very rewarding, and I would say very deserving as well. I feel like all of the work I've put in so far. I hope to leave behind a very hardworking legacy, a very family-oriented legacy as well, because that's something that I'm very passionate about, especially at an HBCU, is being very hardworking and very family-oriented and just making connections with people. I did that through my photography and just my love for that. So that's what I hope to leave for the next Mr. Homecoming.
For South Carolina State University, Mr. Homecoming, DeAndre Brown, the title represents more than just a crown and a sash. It's about pride, leadership, and leaving a mark on the Bulldog community.
It's another week and the government is still shut down. Some government workers are still having to show up to work without pay, while others are being furloughed with the possibility of no back pay. The effects of the shutdown are starting to play out for those outside of the government too. In several states, including here in South Carolina, advisories have been put out saying no SNAP benefits will be processed for the month of November because of the shutdown. Meanwhile, the U.S. Senate keeps voting on a measure to open the government, but doesn't have enough votes. It needs at least 60 votes to make it happen. Republicans are blaming Democrats, while Democrats are blaming Republicans.
We have to repeat the simple truth over and over. Why? Because the Democrats are in an all-out assault on the truth. They're trying to obscure and distract, and you see all the different shiny objects they're trying to make everyone look at every day.
While President Trump is busy demolishing the White House to build a ballroom to celebrate him like a king, and giving $40 billion to his right-wing dictator friend in Argentina, but can't find a dime to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits for tens of millions.
The spookiest time of the year is almost here. You know what that means? It's time for SC State's annual Trunk or Treat event. This year's date is October 31st from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. on the field.
I'm Samuel Mitchell, and this is your Underground Report. Bishop Marvin Winers went viral after criticizing a woman and her son in front of the entire congregation. Marvin Winers asked the church to donate a $2,000 seed, but instead, she donates a $1,000 plus a $200 seed to the church. The online community is not pleased with his remarks, saying, "That's not what I asked for." Marvin Winers founded and served as pastor of Perfecting Church in Detroit. Comedian icon Cat Williams reached a new milestone. He was awarded an honorary degree by Miles College, recognizing not only his career in entertainment, but his expanding role as a creative leader. With this honorary doctorate from Miles College, he joins a select group of entertainers who have earned this type of achievement. Chris Brown's Breezy Bowl Stadium tour has ended with a bang. While performing in New Orleans, midway through the performance, security and fans say a conflict broke out between the audience. Things quickly escalated into a full-blown brawl in the stands. Chris Brown stayed on stage performing like nothing was happening. Get ready to lace up your skates or at least grab your Mickey ears because Magic is gliding into town. Disney on Ice is officially back for its 2025 World Tour. This year's production promised more enhancement, music, and unforgettable moment than ever before. This year's theme, Dream Big, Live the Magic, brings together beloved Disney characters from classics like Cinderella, The Little Mermaid, and Beauty and the Beast, to a newer fan favorites like Frozen 2. Disney on Ice will be in North Charleston this weekend, so grab your tickets and enjoy the show. The Jonas Brothers are officially back on tour. This time, it's a celebration of 2 decades together in the spotlight. The trio brothers Kevin Jonas, Joe Jonas, and Nick Jonas launched their 2025 20th anniversary roadshow entitled Jonas 20th. The show spans a sweeping set list that pulls from their full careers, from early hits like SOS and Burn It Up to the recent solo project from Joe and Nick. For full tour dates, ticket information, visit the official Jonas Brothers website. You don't want to miss it. I'm Samuel Mitchell, and this has been your Underground Report.
Hello, Bulldogs. My name is Alicia Simmons, and I have your Orangeburg weekly forecast. Friday, expect sunny skies with a high of 73 and a low of 43. Starting off with the weekend, Saturday, a high of 70 and a low of 46, partially cloudy. Sunday, you may need a jacket. It will be a high of 67 and a low of 51. Next week, make sure you have your umbrella. On Monday, it will be a 71% chance of rain and a high of 61, a low of 53. Tuesday, a high of 64 and a low of 49 with a slight chance of rain. Wednesday, a high of 67 and a low of 48. Once again, a slight chance of rain. Ending off with Thursday, a high of 62 and a low of 43. That's all I have for you today. See you next week. Go Bulldogs.
I'm Sean Travis Holden with your BNN Sports Report. After a bye week, the SC State Bulldogs are ready to take on Norfolk State University for their homecoming in Norfolk, Virginia on Saturday. The Bulldogs are currently 4-3 overall. This will be the team's first MEAC game of the season. Last year when both teams matched up, SC State came out on top, 53-21. The SC State volleyball is on the road this weekend. They have a game at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore on Friday and another set on Sunday at Delaware State. Their next home game is Halloween night at 6 p.m. against Coppin State in Duke's Gym. Speaking of Halloween, that's when you can check out the men's basketball game for their home opener. Tip-off is set for 7:30 p.m. right after the Trunk or Treat event on campus. Listen, the NBA season just started, but it's what's happening off the court that's stealing all the attention. According to the Associated Press, an NBA player turned coach, a player, and several other people are alleged to be part of a major gambling operation schemes. Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups is charged with participating in a conspiracy to fix high-stakes card games. Some reports show there was an X-ray card table involved. In a separate incident, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier is accused of selling information about players to win bets on NBA games. This story is still unfolding. We will keep you posted. I'm Sean Travis Holden, and that's your BNN Sports Report.
Here's what's trending. It's back, y'all. Versus, the music battle made popular during the pandemic, is coming back this weekend. In a release, the producers of Versus, Swizz Beatz and Timbaland said the match between Cash Money Records and No Limit Records is happening at ComplexCon in Las Vegas. As of right now, the only way to watch the battle, if you are not in Las Vegas, is through Apple Music. It's been over 3 years since the last Versus battle. We are not sure who will all take the stage for each camp, but it's sure to be some good entertainment. I'm Kendall Jackson, and that's what you need to know. Enjoy the rest of your day.